Y'all, I love that intro. I'm sorry, y'all. I be in backstage jamming when I hear that intro. Welcome, welcome, welcome into another episode of the Culture and Chaos podcast, where politics meets the people's culture and facts meet the fun. I'm your host, Jessica Cymone.
And I am Santana. Let's break down this week's headline, debunk myths, and dive into the chaos that shapes our world. What up, Jess?
What up, Santana? How are you feeling today?
Listen, I know you said that the song the song gets you going, right? It gets you going. Listen, Jess, I'll be about ready to throw that thing in a circle.
Throw that thing in a circle.
Yeah, I'll be ready, Jess. I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
Same. So I'm glad we, yeah. The first time we ever got, I'm like, this is it. And you were like, this is it too.
Yeah. The thing I love about the intro is like the subtleness, right? The subtleness, because if you know, you know. Because just what's understood don't have to be said.
If you know, you know. Let me know. Let me know if you know in the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy. Pardon me. My bad. Let me wipe my eye. My allergies is acting up.
Listen, those allergies are. So Jess, I just got back from the South, and the thing that I forgot about the South being on the West Coast is that the pollen in the South will put you in the cocaine clutch, right? It'll put you in a whole figure four leg lock. And so I've been fighting for my life for like days now, right? And I'm finally almost about to feel normal. So
congratulations. Well, I live in the South.
Yeah,
I never feel normal. I go to town just to feel normal. So my eyes are either watering, your nose is running, then it's hot. You smell like a wet puppy dog, but that's a whole nother story. Texas.
Yeah. Listen, when you're in the South, you got to take at least 2 or 3 showers a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jess, have you been to Florida?
I have.
Okay. Have you traveled throughout the South?
Yeah, I used to live in Atlanta.
Shout out to the A.
Yeah, I had a good time there. It's a party city. They don't ever go to work.
It is.
I'm like, when do y'all go to work to make the money to do
real
all
quick
this partying?
Real quick. So me and my wife, we lived in Atlanta for a short amount of time. We went out. We left the house at like 11 p.m.
In Atlanta, you say?
Exactly. We left the house at 11 p.m. and we were out all night. We went to like this hookah lounge. We went to this bar. We went to like a after party spot or whatever. Anyway, we got home at 6 a.m. and then went to work at 8 a.m.
See, y'all play too much.
Well, Atlanta is a different beast.
Like Miami too.
Ooh, Atlanta's a different beast, yes.
It is, and that's why I couldn't. I literally broke my lease. I said, I can't do this. I got to go to work.
Yeah,
I can't party forever. But yeah, I'm familiar, and then I've had my fair share of time in Miami. I love me some Miami. That's when you walk out the club and it's daylight.
Yeah, I mean, I like Miami as well. Well, okay, so the reason why I asked that, Jess, as far as like being throughout the South, because I was talking about water or taking shower water. Jess, can you name hell, I feel like I already gave it to you. What do you think about Florida's water?
In a little, no, that could be LA. I'm thinking about brown. No, because no water I've seen has been like it's been in the Bahamas, like it's just blue. But I don't.
No. I mean, like the shower, the drinking water. Florida water stinks.
I'm not drinking no tap water.
No,
you
can't just drink water in
nowhere.
Oh, in Washington State, you can, Jess.
And why? See, I've never been to Washington State.
Yes, like it is serious here. But for some reason, water in Washington State is like sweet. And like again,
water?
I have no idea. Listen, just so I'm a water drinker, and I grew up drinking out the water hole, so drinking out the tap, that's nothing for me. But like in South Carolina, I would drink out the tap, and then I moved here, and I went back last week, and I was like, this water don't taste right, because the water in Washington State, immaculate.
Now I gotta go to Washington State.
Listen, Jess. Listen.
Now I gotta go to Washington State, and then we can record a podcast episode there.
We got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do it. Listen, I know you might not know this, Jess, but I'm kind of a big deal out here.
Oh shit! Drop some coconuts for the big man. I know you was on to big things. Okay.
Listen, Jess, kind of a big deal. Like there's a lot of tomfoolery that happens around here, and they come to me to actually take care of certain things, and sometimes I have to pass out some pardons, right? I have to, you know what? Don't worry about what this guy just did. Let him go ahead and get away with this. I gotta, this guy's good because
Oh, you Trump?
This stuff.
Oh, you Trump? Come on now.
I might be Trump with the pardons. Sounds like we need to get into this week in Trump's America's, Jets.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I knew it was coming. I didn't know when. Because when the daughter Chrisley was at the RNC talking about my parents or something, and we love Trump, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. So if you guys don't know, Trump has pardoned the Chrisleys.
Yeah. This week in Trump's America, not only just has he pardoned the Chrisleys, but he is like passing pardons out left and right. I mean, it's amazing how any and everyone can get a pardon. It's pay to play. It's simply pay to play, Jess. And if you got enough money, if you got enough cash, you can get out of trouble.
Do you think that because obviously if they frauded the banks for $30 million and whatnot, they hid some money somewhere, right? Jess, you think he's like, hey, let me get some of that hidden money, the island money.
Yeah. I mean, come on, Jess. Like, what it is, Jess. They got a checking account, they got a saving account, right? The way it's set up.
My checking, right. The way my bank my checking.
Yeah, no. Listen, we know that they're stashing money. The interesting thing about all of this, right, is the one thing that I don't have a problem with Donald Trump doing is pardoning whoever he wants to pardon, right? And I told someone this the other day. I was on a live, and I was like, hey, I don't really care about pardons because like that's within the realm of the presidential power. So I might not necessarily agree with the pardons that he's issuing, but I will never say, oh, he can't pardon whoever he wants to pardon. And with that being said, he's getting paid for it.
Yep. Paid for pardons. Allegedly.
But I'm sorry, go ahead.
But I was thinking too, because he also pardoned this sheriff in Virginia named Scott Jenkins, who was getting taking bribes for badges, just so these people could carry their weapons, right? Making them deputies, even some of them being felons as well.
Yeah,
anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. So I'm thinking, like, what type of money, access money, do he have, even as a cop and taking these bribes, where he'd be able to pay Trump? Like, what do you think the reason is for that?
Well, Jess, I think
why he take privilege.
I think what it is there's a certain strategic or
shout out to Vernon.
I'm not going to say Trump is strategic, but he is specifically pardoning certain people, right? And I noticed that like he's pardoning people that have similar crimes to him or similar things that he's done, right? I mean, yeah,
to make his crime not look like a crime.
Exactly. I don't know, Jess. I feel like it's all kind of flowing in the sense that it's all kind of related, because he also pardoned someone, I can't remember the name right offhand, but pardoned someone who had like what is it, tax evasion, or like lied on their taxes. Like a lot of the pardons that he's issued kind of lined up with the stuff that he's done. The one though that didn't, and I was like, did you hear about the DEI pardon?
Hold on, what?
The DEI pardon. You know who was the DEI pardon?
Who?
NBA YoungBoy.
Hold on.
Yeah,
NBA young boy, he not even in jail. Hold on, what happened?
he pardoned NBA YoungBoy.
NBA
You didn't
young
know that
boy.
one, Jess?
Hold on, NBA young boy in jail?
No, no, but he's got like charges. I think he's on house arrest or whatever. He has something like 2 years. Yeah, he also Larry Hoover, he got him too. But yeah, NBA YoungBoy,
Hold
he
on, Larry
pardoned
Hoover
NBA
out.
YoungBoy. No. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. He commuted Larry Hoover's sentence.
So when he get out?
I don't know. I don't know. Like it's been a
I need
lot.
I
It's
need
been a
I need
lot
I
this
need
week.
our pardons to be just as quick as theirs. You
Yeah.
know, just how we just saw Chris Lee and her daddy, and they finna have a Lifetime movie show coming out too. I need to just be just as quick.
Just I'm telling you, like he literally has just passed out so many pardons. I mean, he started off with a shebang, right, with the J6ers, right?
Come on, 1,500
And
criminals.
he's just been rolling ever since then.
You know them people that be like that fart and be like, "Oh, you smell that? Who did that? Who did that?" So you don't
Mhm.
look at so they don't look at you for farting. That's exactly what Trump does. Like, oh my God, we're gonna get them for fraud. Look at them fraud over there. We're gonna get the criminals off the street. Don't watch the criminals that I put on the street. Like
Mhm.
literally
You know what I do,
criminals.
Jess? I do a drive-by. You know what a drive-by is, Jess?
Mm-hmm.
I fart and then walk away. So I leave it where it was.
And then people looking around like, who was that? You don't see
Like, who
nothing.
is that? I just going about my business. Do. Anyway, Jess. Yeah,
So
like
basically, and getting out. They said Larry
I
still got 100 years of state time.
yeah. So that's the interesting portion about like all these pardons as well, though. Yeah, he is issuing pardons, but we know for a fact. Yeah. Yeah. We know for a fact that there's a difference between federal charges and state charges, and he can't pardon state charges for time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Which is why Donald Trump's still a 34 count felon.
He is. He is.
Mm.
I don't know. Like again, I know it's pay to play, right? And I'm hoping that at least if he's going to take this money, just hopefully he can take this money and do something good. Maybe use it to reimburse Harvard, because we know for a fact that he's trying to actually take the money away from Harvard.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like I saw something again, like most recently about it. Um, that if you guys don't know, Trump is asking agencies to cut $100 million from Harvard federal contracts. He is mad at Harvard. And I saw a video. Shout out to Jamal. I saw a video like how, because the Trump supporters, they lose their shit anytime anybody goes against what Trump wants to do. Like, how are you going to boycott Harvard when you didn't even get into trade school?
How you gonna hate from outside of the club? You can't
You
even get
can't
in.
even get in.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Ain't no way. Ain't no way,
Ain't
Jess.
no way. Do you feel like he has something against Harvard?
Yeah, he does. And so I definitely did a video that explained why, right? And there's a couple of different factors, right? I mean, there's an attack on higher learning. We understand that this administration
Mm-hmm.
wants to dismantle different parts of education, and that's why they're targeting the Department of Education, and Harvard being one of the institutions that's pushing back. Like we get what's happening there, but more than that, there's one, at least my opinion, there's one big reason that he has it out for Harvard.
Obama.
Obama. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Barack Obama not only attended and graduated from Harvard, but his daughter was actually accepted into Harvard, where Barron couldn't get into Harvard. It's
Mm-hmm.
insecurities. It's
Mm-hmm.
insecurities.
But black people will never be lonely.
Mm,
I'm just gonna leave it right there. If you know,
mm.
you know. Again.
If you know, you know.
He has been had it out for Obama. He can't understand again why society has told you that you're supposed to be better than black people. You're supposed to be, funnier, smarter, all of these things. And here comes Obama looking good,
Mm-hmm.
stepping good, smelling good, smart, beautiful wife. Okay, smart wife
Mm-hmm.
that actually speaks. Because do y'all remember when Melania plagiarized Michelle Obama's speech? But that's a whole nother story.
I remember.
And he made them
I
jokes and
definitely
people
remember
laughed
that.
at him and he been having it out for him ever since. And somebody just sent me a video about how Donald Trump was talking about how he likes to get even. Anybody that wronged him or didn't do anything for him, even if they are little things which came out of his mouth. It could be something little that they did. I'm going to get even with you.
Yeah. Well,
Em-
just the one thing that I like to say all the time, which is so true, the most fragile thing on earth is the male ego.
Mhm.
And Donald Trump, President Glass, as I like to call him, not only is he so triggered by Barack Obama that he has actively tried to undo everything that he has accomplished, but also, like, if there's any proximity to Obama, then he's trying to dismantle it. But
Mhm.
listen, President Taco is just gonna have to deal with it because Harvard is not going for it.
Shout out to Harvard, okay? Shout
Mhm.
out to Harvard. I'm a fan.
Speaking of which, and this is not only for because I know you and I are talking right now, Jess, but I know there's people watching in the chat. Guys, Harvard is not only saying we're going to fight back in the sense of Donald Trump, but Harvard is literally saying we're going to fight back and actually support education.
Mhm.
And how is Harvard doing that? Well, they're offering free classes this summer for any U.S. citizen. So if you are someone that is a U.S. citizen and you would like to enroll in classes this summer for Harvard, they're doing it for free. That
Did
Harvard
you
is literally saying, "Oh, F around to find out." And
I'm about to be a Harvard alumni. I'm about to be a
Jess,
Harvard alumni. I went to school with
Jess,
Obama.
you know what one of their specific courses is on?
What?
It's a course dealing with spotting dictatorships and how
Ooh,
to actually combat
mm,
dictatorships.
come on, give us the blueprint. Y'all,
Harvard is
we've been
not playing
asking
around.
what to do next, and we have a school as elite as Harvard giving out free classes on how to spot dictatorship and what to do to combat it. We all need to be signing up for that's real shade, okay? We
Mm-hmm.
all need to be signing up for Harvard's class this summer. I better see all
Yep.
of you guys in school. Okay. We could work
Yep.
through the group projects, get our syllabus together, you know what I'm saying, get our books. We all need to be on this because collectively they about to give us the blueprint.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
It's a hell of an opportunity. I mean, Harvard is
I'm
super exclusive.
gonna keep going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say, you
Yeah.
know how people they say it anyway, just because they took a
Mm-hmm.
class. I'm an alumni.
Mm-hmm.
I'm do it all the
Mm-hmm.
time. He said
Mm-hmm.
he was valedictorian of the school he went to. He didn't even graduate.
I know that's right. But yeah, no, Jess, I mean, I think it's a great opportunity. It's something that is a rare opportunity, and I'm really happy that it's an opportunity that came about because Donald Trump and the Trump administration, like Donald Trump fancies himself as a strong man, right? He fancies himself as someone that can bully people all the time, and we know for a fact that's not true.
hmm
Um, and Harvard is sitting there pushing back on him, and he's losing, Jess.
Yeah.
And so I guess now he's gonna have to shift his attention to someone else and hopefully try to, bully someone else. Jess,
But
you know who he's trying to bully now?
he trying to bully the wrong person. He tried to
Jess.
bully the wrong person.
Jess.
Mm-hmm. You better lay low.
Hmm.
'Cause that ain't what you want. I didn't seen his ass trying to think he finna play with you finna play with
Tell
Putin.
tell him who, Jess?
You finna play with Putin? You think you finna play with Putin?
Yeah.
Baby,
Yeah.
Putin right after you won the election, Putin put your wife on TV.
Hmm. Yeah, so Donald Trump has specifically targeted, not necessarily targeted, but had strong words for Vladimir Putin, saying that he's losing his patience and is unsure of his next move. And guys, we all have been saying that Trump has been getting played by Putin,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like somebody just
You say what? Say that again.
he just figured it out. Jez, for some reason that he
Say it
thought that, yeah, he thought that like was the one calling. What did he tell Zelensky? You don't have the cards.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have all the cards. You're not holding any
Yeah,
cards. So basically you gotta do what I say. Yeah, bruh, neither do you.
yeah. Well,
You're
and that's what Putin's hit him with an Uno reverse. Somehow, who got the cards? I'm like, what are we doing?
neither do you. These cards, like you say, President Glass, these cards are invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Putin's holding all these cards. He's been playing with you. They told you you have some obligations that you need to start working towards right after the election. One of the Russian officials, we suggest you get to it.
Yeah, and I do think it's
Putin will
interesting.
release them tapes and will. He don't
Yeah,
have he don't have no he don't have any he not scared of him. Period.
yeah. I do think it's interesting that Donald Trump is starting to take this approach where he is, at the very least, he's talking about certain people where you would think his bread is buttered, right? I mean, he started talking about taxing the ultra wealthy. I don't think it'll happen, but he's at least talking about it. He's talking about how he's losing his patience with Putin. I don't think anything will come from it, but he's at least talking about it, Jess. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just semantics, if he's playing optics, or if there could actually be anything that comes from it.
You think it's a game like Putin, like you got to act like we're at odds, or
Maybe,
or
maybe
Putin give me the
you.
type of narcissist is like I don't necessarily even need you to act like you don't like me. I want them to know you're in the palm of my hands, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how I feel
You,
like Putin
you
on.
know what it is? If it is acting just, you ever seen somebody like two guys and at the club when the guy's about to fight and the, and the one friend hold him like hold me back. I think that's what it
That's
is.
him.
Maybe
That's where he at right now.
maybe that's what it is. They're just like, oh, hold me back. And if they let Trump go, no, that didn't really mean that. Grab me. Just grab me.
Why you
That's
let
what
me
I
go?
think it is. Yeah, yeah,
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's definitely very much giving that because I don't feel like I think maybe he's kind of feeling himself. You back in this role, you pardoning people, you making deals with Saudi Arabia, business deals, president deals, golden tickets, all this other kind of ish. And you dropping EOs every day. I think he's just feeling himself and he gonna might have to get humbled.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think that it's going to be a situation where he's going to continue to do these horrible things, but um, you can tell that not only is he an issue, but his cabinet is an issue, and they all just continue to fail. Right? They all continue to fail. I mean, we could talk about Christy Nome, we can talk about Pete Hegseth, or we can even talk about RFK Jr. and the fact that he's pushing this initiative
Well,
to
and then he's
eliminate
saying,
the
excuse
yeah
me, I'm sorry.
exactly
Where's my water?
eliminate the C-19 COVID-19 vaccinations. I mean, he's actually led the charge to have CDC remove it. And he's saying that just they don't need to get vaccinated anymore.
Hmm. Hmm. My thing is, if they don't need to get, first of all, this is the dumbest administration I've ever seen in my entire life. If they don't need to get the vaccine, especially the way that they were pushing it, why was Putin freaking out like I need those tests and I don't want to go anywhere? And
Right.
Donald giving them. And then when Donald didn't believe in it, he got sick. He ran and got it. Right. So I'm like,
Yeah.
and now and you said we needed it. Now all of a sudden we don't. Now
Yeah.
we can't even get access to it.
Yeah. And so, like, the thing that I have the issue with is that we understand, like, when the pandemic first struck, there was a lack of overall knowledge about what it was, and that's
Mm-hmm.
understandable. And so it took time to actually respawn. I mean, it would have been better if you know Trump didn't dismantle Barack Obama's pandemic response team and get rid of the playbook. But with that being said, it still took time. But the vaccinations were something that was absolutely needed. And then even going throughout the years and times, like I feel like there is still a place for said vaccinations, booster shots, all this other stuff. But the issue comes in not only with the C-19 issue, but more so as well that RFK is now getting on this kick that like there's no quote unquote safe vaccination, right? He's kind of
Same
shifting the
vaccination.
goalpost to say that nothing is going to be safe when it comes to getting vaccinated, which is a huge problem, Jess.
So we just gonna all just get sick? We ain't gonna do nothing about it. What's the plan? What's the plan?
I have no idea. I have no idea what. And there's a subgroup of anti-vaxxers who, for some reason, feel like that's the way to go. And the problem that I have though is when our federal government is being infiltrated by these far right wingers who have like these wild ideas, which includes not vaccinating your kids, not vaccinating people, period.
They trying to do like they did to the pilgrims. History repeats itself, y'all.
It
Don't
does.
do it. Don't
It
grab the
does.
blankets.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But Jess, I don't know. I think the biggest thing is we got to pay attention to this administration because this administration is. I heard you say that Donald Trump is the least intelligent president that we've ever had. I think when you mix that unintelligence with the ego and also the hate, you make the wildest cocktail that you'll ever see in your life. And I think it's something that just literally we have to worry about. And yeah, I don't know.
This is some scary shit.
It is.
I am scared.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, but make sure y'all take that Harvard class because they're gonna show us how to combat all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, hold on. I just need a quick Trump break, if you don't mind. A quick
let's change gears. That's enough Trump for me right now. Let's change gears. Jess, what do you want to talk about?
What's happening in the culture? Okay. Oh, the Diddy trial. Is anybody, if you are here live, can you please put a 1 in the chat if you are watching or following the Diddy trial? Because baby, okay, Kid Cudi has testified and it is getting crazy. It's starting to really look like the Rico case that, we were all wondering what's really happening. Did he kidnap ex-aide in the plot to unalive Kid Cudi? That's what the trial says, right? So not only did the ex-assistant testify, she went and picked him up when he found out about Cassie. In which he found out, because he was going through our phones. He found out about Cassie dating Cudi while they were broken up. He grabbed the aide and told her, "Come on, we're about to take me to his house. We are about to unalive this one. Grab the pew-pews, you know what I'm saying? Grab your weapons. Grab your weapons." And they went up there. Kid Cudi talks about like how his car, the top of the Porsche was cut open and it was a what they call a Molotov.
Yep, Molotov cocktail.
Yep, they threw inside of it and to blow it up, which is crazy. And then because she had told Cassie like, "Hey, we're headed to Kid Cudi's house," he assaulted her as well. Told her to get out on foot, walk away. She said and she said, "Call Cassie right now and tell her to get here. And if not, I'm gonna unalive you." So Cassie said she was on her way. She came and he started to assault her and told the other girl to take off walking. And the girl said she was assaulting her all the way till she turned the corner till she couldn't see no more, which is crazy.
Just, so I'm not someone that has really gotten steeped into this Diddy trial. One, because it's something that I've kind of had this conversation with certain people about, but like the stuff that's coming out now, Black people have been talking about it. Like for some reason, people
just like Cosby and R. Kelly.
Yeah, like I've heard these stories about Diddy a long time ago. And so I'm a little bit confused as far as well, I guess not confused because everybody everybody is not of the culture, so they wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
know. But like none of this stuff is shocking, and even more so, I don't really want to. I've never wanted to really engage in it because like I know how gross and disgusting it is and how
Mm-hmm.
harmful he's actually been.
Yep.
But the interesting thing, the reason why I definitely want to talk about this though is I remember when Kid Cudi's car blew up
Mm. And like in real
and
time.
everybody, yeah, and everybody
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, Diddy did that." Like everybody immediately was like, "Oh, that was Diddy." And no one thought of anything. No one like pushed back. Everybody was just like, "Oh, Diddy did that."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like something he would do." Um,
The fact that we said that it sounds like something he would do means that he's done other things already
yeah,
that seems
well,
like his character.
yeah, yeah,
And they even talked about how the vehicle that was fleeing the scene is registered to Bad Boy.
yep,
And then the evidence that they had been destroyed. And they said the evidence was destroyed by somebody in this courtroom, which was crazy.
yep, yep. Just I one I hope that they throw him under the jail. He never sees another day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even more than that, I think there's a couple of shifts that need to be made. I think there's a shift within in culture as far as like who we elevate because the thing that I'm starting to notice, and which I guess I've always noticed that is that certain people when they get any type of access to power, it immediately goes to their head.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to start really being more cautious about who we elevate because certain people like to think of themselves as gods,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we have to be careful about that. But two, we have to immediately start to listen. And when we hear stories like the thing that I fault myself with is when I knew all this stuff, or at least I heard all of these allegations about Diddy. And when I heard all of these allegations, I didn't immediately say, "Yeah, I'm gonna stop listening to his music."
Mm-hmm. What
I kept
music?
listening to it. Well, listen, Diddy,
Name a
not
Diddy
himself.
song.
Um, take that, take that. Uh,
Besides the one where he unalived his friend and made a song about it.
Yeah, no, listen. I mean, like when I'm coming home. Diddy doesn't have actual songs, but he's a producer and he's been on a lot of tracks. But I say all that to say, like I think that we as the public, we have to be more cautious, careful, and mindful of the people that we not only elevate, but the people that we put our support behind, especially if there are not only just allegations, but um, credible claims of certain things. We just we got to stop, Jess.
Mm-hmm.
We can't let these people get this big and then they just continue to do the things they do.
And then we be like, we all saw it.
Yeah.
But nobody did anything. A lot of
Yeah.
people failed Cassie. And then be like, oh
You
my
know
God, I
who
can't believe you did that.
you know who's the one person that's been standing on big business for a long time, and they're the person that we need to be like, yeah, yeah,
He been
yeah.
saying it. He been telling us
Listen, that boy 50 do not fuck with Puff.
at all.
50 Cent, 50 Cent 50 Cent, one, we all know 50 Cent is a grade A troll.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is the best. I'm not even gonna lie. 50 Cent, best troll in the business. But 50 Cent apparently showed up and he was wearing a free Diddy shirt because they were handing them out outside of a NBA, I think it was the Knicks game. And he was at the Knicks game. And so he grabbed one of the shirts and wore it inside. 50 don't like Diddy.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah, at all. And I heard that also too that they were paying them $20 an hour outside of
I
the
bet you 50
trial.
took that money. I bet you 50 took that money.
50 gonna
50 do
always get the
not let a
money.
dollar go. Mm-mm.
50 gonna he gonna always take the money.
Mm-hmm.
And he gonna be the writer. He been writer of the story, The Downfall of Diddy. And he been
Mm-hmm.
telling like Puff play different type of games. The man tried to take me shopping.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not.
was I was just about to say, Jess, did you ever heard him tell that story about how Diddy tried to take him shopping?
Did you ever see when they was on Drink Champs and he was telling what's his name? Fabulous. Hey, we need a party. He was like, I already partied with you, man. He was like, nah, we need the party. He was like, nah, bro. He's like, you could tell it's very uncomfortable. Like we already have partied before. He said, "You ain't party like we ain't trying to party." I'm like, "Bro,
Yeah,
what you trying to throw that baby oil up in this thing again?"
Jess. There's multiple. The wildest thing about all of this to me is there's multiple situations with Diddy openly, being the diddler, right?
Mm-hmm.
The video that always sticks out to me is, and I'm sure you might not have even seen this, but I think they were on Arsenio Hall. I don't know. They were on a talk show, Diddy and who at that time he was Puff Daddy. But him and Mike Tyson were doing an interview on TV together, and Diddy was like moving his hand
I
over
saw
and
that.
like
He
kind of
said,
creeping and
"Put
touching
the
Mike
shit
Tyson's
back over
thigh, and Mike Tyson moved his hand like
there."
Diddy was trying to take a shot at Tyson.
Oh my goodness! What do you think?
And Jess, this wasn't like 60-year-old Jake
Oh
Paul Tyson. I mean, he wasn't that far removed from being the baddest man on earth, Iron Mike. And Diddy was trying to get at him.
my God! You think? You think Diddy? I'm gonna ask it. Okay. You think Diddy trying to top Mike or be the
Mm-hmm.
bottom?
Mm-hmm. So the thing about that they used to say about Diddy, is they would say Diddy isn't gay, right? His whole thing was he's not gay. For him, it was a power thing. And so he would want men to show that he was in control, in power,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's why he would actually do it, to quote unquote assert himself.
Mm-hmm. But
But he said he wasn't gay.
now, cover your ears if these. So allegedly during the case, they said that the escort would release themselves onto Cassie, and they would go in the other room, and then Cassie would rub it on his nipple.
Mm.
Okay. And we have no problem with that because I am a card-toed member of the LGBTQ community.
Mm-hmm.
Just come on out. That's why I feel like we need to normalize it, because then you wouldn't feel like you have to hate women or do these FOs in secret and be so ashamed about the things that you really just want to do and be the woman that you
Yeah,
always wanted to be.
yeah, and so like the thing that I really lean on, right, because it's not about his sexuality. Like his sexuality is the least of my concern.
Same.
Um, and even more than that, I think that you absolutely hit it on the head, right? I mean, they need to. I think there needs to be a normalization of the queer community, because some fact of the
Mhm.
matter is people are who they are, right?
Mhm.
Um, the biggest problem that I have when it comes to Diddy is his weaponization of his power, and then using that power and that weaponization to harm people in so many different ways. And I mean, you can talk about like again the alleged men that he actually you know did or whatever to prove himself to be powerful, or you can talk about the alleged victims of certain crimes like Pac, or I know there was a story at one point about him like hanging Drake outside of a window or whatever, like upside down.
Well,
But then
yeah, go ahead.
last but not least, I mean, like the actual people that have been harmed in so many ways, like Cassie, where
Mhm.
you saw a video of him physically assaulting her.
Mhm.
And so honestly, like Diddy's sexuality, I don't care. Like
Yeah.
whatever.
Same.
All the rest of that shit though, just
Yeah.
put him under the jail.
Yeah. Yeah. We watched that, and it seemed to like drug and all of the testimonies, the word drag her by her hair was repeated by so many different people. Like that seems to be a thing that he does. Hit her in the head with a trigger warning, you guys. Frying skillet pans with egg, a frying pan, hot eggs on it. Hands just kicking people while they're down. Literally the definition of kicking you while you're down. They said she was
Yeah.
hiding in a bush, and she was like, "I'm hiding. You don't see me. I'm not here." Hiding in a bush. Again, like also too, like money over morality, because we're
Yep.
on the other men who are watching this happen.
Yeah, and like this is the last thing I'll say about this. Well, one, yeah, they correct me. Absolutely, it was actually Wale, not Drake. I don't. Wale is
Mhm.
the one that he hung upside
And he
down.
seemed to do that a lot
Um,
because he also did it to one of her friends, allegedly.
yeah, yeah. But like the thing that the reason why I said what I said earlier, right, as far as stopping the elevation of these people is because when they get certain access to power, when they get enough power, then they have the ability to um, force
Mhm.
themselves on everyone, and people are afraid. People are literally afraid. I heard the testimony from the stylist, right, the celebrity stylist, and he had a line that like really struck a chord with me. And he said, "This man's sanity was my peace," meaning that if Diddy was ever like upset or like not like going through anything, then it was
Mhm.
hell for everyone else.
Mhm.
And that's deep.
Yep. Everybody around him just talked about like being scared, which is wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, who y'all? Yeah, I just, I was like, I need a Trump break.
Well, let's go into something a little
And
bit
then I went
lighter.
over to Diddy, and Diddy
Let's
just,
get, let's get to something a little bit lighter, Jess, because I mean we got better entertainment news than that. Because Jess, you ever you like the Hocus Pocus? You like the Harry
first of
Potters?
all, Hocus Pocus is my one of my favorite Halloween movies, hands
Yeah.
down, hands down. I have seen Harry Potter, a few Harry Potters. They're so long and they wait so long to come out that I haven't seen them all, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe not have seen them all. I've seen quite a few of them though.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a really big deal. Like I know people who like literally do their content only on Harry Potter. If
Yeah.
you're a Harry Potter
Listen,
fan, put a one in the chat.
the thing about Harry Potter and which I couldn't name all the books. I couldn't name all the movies. Like I've seen bits and pieces of everything. I've seen a couple of movies
Mhm.
from start to finish. I've seen the start, I've seen the end. I know enough about Harry Potter to say they have a new Harry Potter TV show that's coming out, and Jess, I'm here for it.
Are you gonna be watching it?
I will definitely be watching the new Harry Potter TV show because again, I've seen enough about it to know like yeah, I can fuck with that.
That part,
Yeah.
Alex. Because there's always some controversy somewhere, right? And
Yeah, I was just about to say, I just thought about that when I was saying it. I forgot that J.K. Rollins is the one that actually
mhm, the one that actually
J.K.
what?
Rollins is the most hateful, miserable person ever.
Mhm. So she won't be getting my view. Is it a he or a she? Whoever it is.
I
Is she
completely forgot
anti-LGBTQ
about.
too?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But
Actually, I will not be watching this movie. I mean, this TV
like
show now. Holy
girl, fuck you. Oh, I'm
crap!
sorry. Girl, F you.
I completely forgot about how shitty of a person J.K. Rowling is.
And we were just talking about how we
That is
can't be
wild.
uplifting elevating
You're
these
right.
people.
Listen, gotta
Mhm.
stand on big business. Gotta stand on
Mm.
big business.
Come on, big business. Oh, speaking of big business, this big, beautiful bullshit ass bill.
Mm-hmm.
I anytime Elon Musk and Trump are fighting, it's a win for me. It
A
just
win
it,
is a
it
win, Jess.
tickles my pickle. Okay,
A win
put
is a
some butter on
win.
my popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk is criticizing the big beautiful bill, y'all. We might get to show that the fallout that we've been waiting for. He said, "Can it be big and beautiful?" Right? He said that. Go figure. It's going to raise the deficit.
Yeah, Jess.
You
Can we
think?
both agree that we knew this was coming though?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we knew that Elon and Trump were eventually gonna have their thing.
Hmm.
And I just wanted Jess.
Hmm.
I just wanted to be public
Hmm.
and messy. I
Me
wanted to
too.
be catty. I wanted to be
Me too.
snarky. I
I want them to
I
throw low blows. You know what I'm saying? Like, say some shit you don't even fucking mean. No, they mean it. Just
what's
I want them to
Jess,
try to go for the gusto.
what's the over under of how long it takes for Trump to come up with a nickname for Elon?
Hmm.
How long do you think it'll take until Trump has an Elon nickname?
I definitely think before the end of this year.
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't think it's gonna take that long. Just I think he got one in the chamber. I think he been holding on
He
to
already
one.
been thinking about it.
I
Ever since
think
that
he
kid
I
was on.
think he been holding on to a nickname just for this occasion.
Ever since his son told him, "Go the fuck away. You're not the
Mm-hmm.
president." Oh, you got
Mm-hmm.
that from your dad.
Wiping boogers on his desk.
He wiped boogers on the desk.
You didn't see that?
I
Yeah,
didn't see
he
that.
wiped the booger on the desk.
Kid's just nasty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm, I know he got one ready, so I want to hear that one. I want to hear the one that he had when he told him he wasn't the president because he know he heard it from his daddy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like the whole thing is though is Elon. I mean, he made a deal, right? It was the deal that he could, and he thought that it's the hubris of men. Jess Elon
Mhm.
Musk, richest man on earth, thought that his money could buy him control over a psychopath. I'm gonna call it what it is. He
Mhm.
thought that his money could buy him sanity because, well, Trump needed his money to stay out of prison. But now Trump got what he need,
I'm
and
out
the
of prison.
psychopath going psychopath.
I don't know why they think they loyal to each other. Criminals ain't
These
loyal.
hoes ain't loyal.
The bro,
These,
criminals
yeah,
ain't loyal.
no.
Even because he speaking of prison,
Mm-hmm,
um, you know that the Tate brothers were charged with grape, right, and sex
mm-hmm,
trafficking. Hold
mm-hmm.
on, hold on.
I know you kind of jumped, but yeah, we could talk about it. You
Well,
jump.
I didn't want to hold people too long. You know what I'm saying?
And well, yeah. Well, let's go ahead and lean into it. We'll come back to the other thing, but let's lean into it. The Tate brothers, absolute piece of trash.
Yeah.
Walking feces, human garbage in every way,
Mm-hmm.
shape, and form. Yes, the Tate brothers. Listen, Jess, the Tate brothers catch more charges
Mm.
than the Carolina Panthers' new wide receiver, number 8 overall from Arizona, T Mac. They catch more charges than T Mac is going to be catching passes from Bryce Young. Like they are fresh 21 charges from the UK.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And they sitting over here free because your man brought him back. More criminals on the street. When he
Yep.
was campaigning, wasn't he talking about like the unaliving penalty for sex traffickers and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yet you freed them from the jail that they were already in where they were getting charged and brought them back to America. What do you think they're gonna do when they get here? Do a tiger change their stripes? Hmm.
Yeah. Just like it's interesting that the first thing the Tate brothers did when they got off the plane in Florida, first and foremost, can we appreciate the fact that Ron DeSantis, Ron
Hmm.
DeSantis
And we don't even like him.
tried to get the plane turned around, Jess. Ron DeSantis said, "Do not come into Florida." Ron DeSantis
Mhm.
tried to stop them from coming to Florida,
Hmm.
and they landed in Florida anyway. And
And they
when
came
they got off
anyway.
the plane,
Like, I don't want you here.
yeah, but when they got off the plane, just the first thing they did was thank Donald Trump and the Trump administration and said that they said they have a close relationship with the Trump administration and with Barron.
Baron.
Yeah.
Hold on. The Tate brothers?
Mm-hmm.
How old is Baron?
Barron, I want to say he's 18, 19, somewhere around there. But
And so
you know
access to young girls?
well, not just that, but you understand like the Tate brothers along with like Kirk and Fresh and Fit, like it's a far right red pill pipeline, right? And so they're
I'm
reaching those young white men, and so Barron is their target audience. So yeah.
But I'm thinking also too, like if they are into like I'm thinking deeper safety, not just right wing talking points. If I'm already being charged for sex trafficking, and now I got access to somebody who has access to a lot of other young women, young
Mm-hmm,
ladies in between
mm-hmm,
high school and college.
mm-hmm,
That's just an easy way. They got access to more shrugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, give her this, give her that. Tell her to bring her
mm-hmm.
friend. Easy, easy. But hey, who am I? I'm just a
Yeah.
woman. This is just a humble servant of the Lord.
I just, the thing about it, Jess, is a couple of things. When it comes to the actual proximity to Barron, Like, again, it speaks volumes that these are the type of people that are in the orbit of the Trump administration. But even more than that, because I know a couple of weeks ago we talked about the actual conversations and things that the Supreme Court in the UK had around transgender rights, right, and rulings and things like that. But we talked about how like the UK, they stand on business. And this is another example of standing on business because the Tate brothers have dual citizenship in the UK and in the US. And the UK is like, yeah, come back here. Come here. Come here. Let me talk to you. And they're going to be able to hide out in the US because they have the protection of the Trump administration.
Which is wild. And somebody said in the chat that JK funded to make transgender women illegal in the UK.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep, that's a thing. That's a thing. Yeah, it is. It is. But like I said, I don't know. There's a huge difference between the United States, right, and what they do or how they actually, quote unquote, stand on business or whatever the case may be, and the rest of not only the UK, but Europe. Oh, yeah. I still don't think that we're gonna extradite them though. I don't. I don't think they'll be extradited. I don't think they will. But Europe, the UK, Europe, that entire, they stand on business. And speaking of standing on business, Germany, hey Jess, ich liebe die deutsche Gesprechen.
Danke.
Bitte.
That's all I know is danke.
What's the longer version? The more formal version.
Oh, danke.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Dankeschön.
Bitteschön.
My fun fact, my great grandmother is German.
Yeah. Anyway, Germany has okayed the use of long-range missiles for Ukraine in this war against Russia. Listen, they're doing what they should have been doing. They are standing on big business, and they are not allowing Russia to regroup, and try to do whatever they're trying to do. Germany's like, no. Like, Germany's like, we've seen this before. We've had the mustache man.
We know what this looks like. It looks just like Trump.
Yes. Germany sitting around like, yeah, they stole our whole flow, bar for bar, line for line. You think? No. Germany like, we already know what happens next. Yeah.
Boy, they like Trump over plagiarizing our history just like Melania plagiarized Michelle Obama. No. I know what happens next. We're not going to do this. Not going to happen. And Russia not going to come and do this again. We're not going to do it twice because it's only going to continue to move. So I got your back.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at Germany. I got your back.
Yeah, but I think it speaks to the point that not only is there other countries that are willing to step up and actually do right by Ukraine and help protect them and move forward as far as like fighting the authoritarian, right? This dictator. But it's the fact that a lot of people understand that the United States is not the pillar of peace anymore. They understand that the United States is not that, the strong stick. The strong stick that is going to protect everyone at all times. So yeah, I think that with that being said, not only is places like Germany starting to step up and make sure that they are taking care of Ukraine, but you see other people saying like, hey, I'm going to focus on doing what I can do to protect myself outside of the U.S. and specifically, Jess, what's going on with Canada?
Canada said, I'm getting over there too. Their new PM said that they want to join the European defense plan. Like, I'm not going to be fucking with this no more. Because, when you argue with a fool from far away, you don't know which one is the fool. That's why they keep ignoring him. Like, I'm not even finna keep coming at you and talking to you about some shit that don't even matter. I'm going to focus my attention elsewhere. And I'm gonna
Yep.
ignore him like his mama do, like his
Yep.
daddy did.
Yep. Yep. Just like the thing that I can really appreciate about Canada's new PM is that he's not here for the foolery, right? He's not here for the games because one, Trump trying to bully Canada and the whole 51st state deal and da 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 da.
Disrespectful. Like you're
Yeah,
not a friend because allies.
no.
These are our friends. You.
And did you see that they were like, oh, we'll give you a golden dome if you join
Well, we ain't
and
even
be
got
the
no golden
51st state?
dome. You mean like that border, that wall you made?
Yeah, yeah,
You gonna do something like that?
yep, yep.
Because you still ain't got that. I wish you would
Still
get. I
ain't
wish
got
you
it.
would work on that.
There's still no wall.
How you
There's
gonna
no
give me
wall.
something you ain't got?
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, baby,
But
that Chad energy is detrimental.
yeah, yeah, Jess. I mean, I'm telling you, it's But I really appreciate the Canadian PM standing up and saying like, hey, we don't need you. We don't need and the new Canadian PM has been very strong and firm,
Oh,
and
won't you? Oh, won't you?
Even at the White House, saying like, hey, no thank you, we're not here for it. And so Donald Trump has been trying to leverage the fact that, oh, you guys get free military protection, you don't have to spend money on your military because the United States, you don't have to worry about that because we got you guys covered. And they're literally saying, oh, okay, cool, don't worry about it, we can get protection from someone else. And so that's where the focus now has shifted to where they actually are now saying like, hey, it's all good. We'll find someone else. We'll find someone else.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Mm-hmm.
worry about it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But so Jess, I think that I think that
You heard it.
I I think that again, and I know I've spoke to the hubris and the ego of Donald Trump, but the one thing that I don't think that I've necessarily spoke on, and which I've hinted at it, I've
Mm,
hinted at it, but the
mm,
white fragility
mm.
of Donald Trump. And it's that type of white fragility that he exudes that makes people do things like want to get rid of indigenous frogs.
Which is crazy.
Jess, have you heard the story? Have you heard the story, Jess?
I heard a little bit
The
about it. Tell me about it, because I heard a little bit about it.
Jess, listen, the white folks are moving to Puerto Rico, and there is a specific frog that's indigenous.
What?
It's in danger as well, and the actual white people don't want the frogs there anymore, and so they're doing things to try to eliminate the frogs, get them out of the area because that's their area now. Even though those frogs specifically are native to that area and pretty much limited to that area, they just like, nah, you gotta go, you gotta go,
You mean to tell
gotta
me
go.
that white people went down to Puerto Rico to colonize it?
Mm,
You mean when they was at the RNC and they said it was just a floating trash can?
mm,
They
mm.
went down there. They went to the
Yep,
trash,
yep,
and now they
yep,
want to wipe out the people who already live there. They don't want them to be there.
yeah. Just it's the sound for them. They don't like the sound.
Well, go. How about you go home? Like you tell folks, go back to where you come from.
Yeah, that's what the frogs. That's what the frogs are actually saying right now. The frogs are actually saying, "Go back to where you came from."
And if they could throw rocks, they would also do that too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. I would.
Go back to
I
where you
would.
come from. Get out of here. We don't want you. We don't want you. We don't want you.
Yeah,
It's
but
literally the official animal of Puerto Rico.
yep,
Crazy.
yep, yep. But again, it speaks to the colonization, the white fragility. It speaks to the ego. It speaks to who not only Donald Trump is, not only who his voter base is, but it speaks to the actual direction that the country's heading, right?
Hmm.
And we can talk about the colonization. We can talk about the entitlement, the caucasity
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can talk about the caucasity, but I think it would be better if we just lock in and we talk about what's really happening, because this administration is systematically dismantling who we are as a country, and one way that they're doing that is by attacking higher learning.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's time to lock in, Jess.
Lock the fuck in, because they got me all over the place.
Mm,
Um,
mm-mm.
This is how crazy Batman's made Gotham.
hmm.
Mm. And Jess, so we kind of hinted at it earlier, and we were talking
Mm-hmm.
about the actual funding that the Trump administration is trying to cut when it comes to Harvard. The fact that they are trying to sue Harvard, suing them back. And Harvard is just the microcosm of what is occurring currently. Just this administration has a full blown war on education.
Hmm. I think he don't want anybody to be smarter than him and his administration. Well, obviously, if you keep them dumb, you're more likely to be able to tell people what to do. They will just listen. You can make more commands. And people just do it. They don't ask questions. The more you know, the more you grow. The better you want to be. I think it's a combination, as you would say, of a lot of things. Not only keep them dumb. We run with the poorly educated. We love the poorly educated. We're loyal people, which I guess he was include himself in that too, but still another lie. And especially with the acceleration of minorities in higher education and creating businesses, unicorn businesses like Uncle Nearest, as we were talking about the last time. You don't want that, because then we will be able to see your bullshit. We'll
Mm-hmm,
be able to call it. We'll know our history. Um, it's easy to steal from the poorly educated,
mm-hmm,
including them. I mean, and the whole group is poorly educated. I mean, a apprenticeship is what the what's the Caroline Kravitz, whatever the fuck her name is. I don't know, the lady that speak for him, the young one that married the old man,
Oh, oh,
the one that
oh,
they
oh.
say allegedly slept
Carolyn
with.
Levitz.
Yeah.
Carolyn Levitz.
Yes,
Carolyn Levitz.
her.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Like,
not very smart.
no, they're not. And again,
They
so,
need this higher education. I don't get it.
yeah, just so I have a theory on why and it's more than just saying, Donald Trump saying that he loves the poorly educated. I think
Hmm.
it's something bigger than that. The bigger thing is, um, Donald Trump is a populist president.
Not A1.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just, you know what a populist president is?
Mm-mm. What
So
made him popular?
Donald Trump is his whole campaign. Um, the right likes to talk about how there's a culture war, right? And basically saying that the left only wants to talk about culture issues. But the Trump administration literally ran their campaign on culture issues, including spending $240 million to attack transgender people.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being is because they don't have any policies. They're not trying to actually govern. And even more than that, they know that they have a populist candidate, meaning someone that plays on the emotions and feelings of the public and not necessarily provide any type of substance, including policies or anything that will better people, right? And so if you dismantle the education system, you continue to grow a voter bloc that no longer demands actual things, because they don't understand how you get, things passed. They don't understand that, the president doesn't just wave their hand and say, I'm going to lower prices. They don't understand how that actually works. But they'll believe it. And so if you actually dismantle the education system, then it makes it easier for a populist candidate to continue to control the government. And I think that's where it's heading.
Mm-hmm. Or trying to head to. I feel like I just know it in my spirit. I know we're not gonna allow this to happen, right?
I don't
Like
know,
there are
Jess.
things that we can do. There are things that we can do, and they don't always include marching out in the street.
Yeah.
Holding your representatives accountable. Call your House of Representatives. Call your Senate. Show up to these town meetings. That's not even a protest. Just showing up to the town meeting, talking about what you want. Advocate for somebody new. If you have a bigger platform, platform somebody new. Be the change you want to see. Run for something. Get in office. They are things that we can do. You never know, especially when you put your energy and your towards it and your mind on it and the people believe in you. Anything could fucking happen. Even when if allegedly somebody was cheating, something could go wrong that day and you end up winning. Anything could happen. When I was off topic, on topic, used to run track, I'd run hurdles. There were for like 4 races consecutively, I would be in second place. And the very last hurdle, the person next in front of me would trip over the hurdle and I would come in first. People almost were starting to think that like what type of voodoo I had. I say that to say that anything can happen. You just have to be the change that you want to see. Know what your strength is and see how you could help in that. Whether it's making phone calls, making emails, putting your money behind somebody, using your platform to platform somebody, having these conversations that invoke critical thinking so that people can wake up, whatever. But there are things that we can do. I don't feel like we just finna sit back and allow this to happen. And you can also sign up for Harvard online, and they can give you the blueprint, and we can figure out how to do it, and we can all get an A in class at the same damn time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree, Jess. And like the thing is that as someone who I value education a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have multiple
Same.
degrees, and not like certain people who claim they have degrees and never actually got them. I have multiple degrees,
That whole
but
head.
I like the thing that I know for a fact is one, having degrees, it doesn't make you smart. It just shows you have the ability to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand the
True.
value of seeking knowledge, right? And critical thinking. And for me, like that's the important thing, to
Mm-hmm.
continue to seek knowledge. And while we are limiting the amount of knowledge that we can seek within the country by dismantling the Department of Education, by stripping funding away from Harvard, by burning books in Florida, like all of these things are things that are not only causing us to regress, but it's also putting other countries ahead of us, right? And when I say that, you can specifically look at the fact that with the issues of Harvard, there's certain students that are looking to transfer out.
Mm-hmm.
And not only are students looking to transfer out from Harvard, but other students are just flat out saying, oh, we're not going to go. And other countries are saying like, hey, come to our
I'm here.
country, to our colleges. Don't worry about what's happening there. And like even this past week, like, Charlie Kirk went to Cambridge and learned that there's a huge difference from being at Cambridge than being, on the campus of Florida and dealing with, those college students down in the SEC. Like once you start to take a look at the actual education level and the difference, there's a stark difference between
Mm-hmm.
the US and the rest of the world. It's sad that we have a president and an administration that is attacking education.
Yep. I think I'm trying to see if I can find it right now. There, I don't know if you saw it, but there is a video of Nick Fuentes
Mm-hmm.
talking about. Let me see if I can send that to Hector real quick. Just literally talking about how Charlie got cooked, and like if
Oh
you're,
yeah. I saw it. You know what's been like the
I'm gonna
interesting
send it to the
thing?
chat. See if
You
you
know what's
can
the
pull it
like
up.
the interesting thing for all of
Hector.
the thing that I did not have on my bingo card, Jess.
Mm,
The two voices that have started to constantly, consistently, and without a doubt continue to actually hold Donald Trump and the Trump administration accountable is Ben Shapiro and Nick Fuentes, which is wild.
Crazy. What do you say? Yeah, what do you say?
It seems like the left-wing debate bros have won. I can't be the only one that saw Charlie Kirk get blown out on that point. Jordan Peterson get blown out on that point and realize the end is nigh for the conservative grifter. It's over. Because everybody that has put these people up on a pedestal, Peterson and Charlie Kirk have all the answers. If I hear a left-wing argument, I go to Charlie Kirk and Peterson to hear why that's not true. They've got all the answers. They're the masters of knowledge. Their weakness in both cases is their hypocrisy. And that's where a liberal can pull at that string and unravel the entire grift. You say you're America first, but you support this genocide in Gaza and our aircraft carriers and foreign aid and all that over there. You're a traitor. You're corrupt. You've sold out our country to the highest bidder, and history will remember it that way. You've got nothing. You've got nothing. If the young, energetic, thoughtful young people that are going viral and blowing up on TikTok, if they're on the other side, if they're on the left, that spells a lot of trouble for the right wing and all their casuals, all their casual, vaguely conservative people that, you know, they want to show up to the Charlie Kirk thing and get their signed MAGA hat or something. It spells the end for them. If Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson and Charlie Kirk can't annihilate the SJWs anymore, then what can they do? Because you have to consider that these conservatives, they do these intramural debates for
and then these kids just come up here and cook. I mean, you could, if it's, and in the end, he goes to say, like, yeah, you come with your opinions and they come with the facts. And the thing is, facts cannot be debated. We're no longer debating facts.
Yeah. Jess, I agree with that. And I think that's a huge problem, right? I mean, we shouldn't, like, there's no reason to debate facts, right? I mean, we have to agree on facts, but, like, and again, that wasn't on my bingo list, but when you have people like Nick Fuentes and Ben Shapiro specifically calling out this administration for not only their hypocrisy, but for their detriments, like, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. And that's something that can't be missed, right? Because it goes back to what I was saying. And again, this is why I think that Donald Trump is trying so hard, why the Trump administration is trying so hard to eliminate the Department of Education. They're trying so hard because they understand that he is a populist candidate. They have a populist movement. They're a populist party, and they drive on the fear and the ignorance of their party. And if they cannot continue to capitalize on that because they have people within their quote unquote party that's turning on them now, they can't actually rule anymore because they don't rule off policy. They don't have any type of substance. The only thing that they have is, well, we want to keep men out of women's bathrooms. Or we want to get rid of DEI because it should be about merit. Like, like, that's what they have, Jess. They have the culture war stuff, and they can't do it anymore if their people are turning on them and saying, you're a hypocrite.
Lance, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we're not giving him anything. We don't trust him, and he's still a whole racist, for sure.
So I know we are getting ready to drop the link in the chat. So guys, just for anyone who is interested in actually joining the conversation, anyone that is interested in joining the conversation and you want to actually request stuff, first and foremost, all you gotta do is click the link that was just dropped in the chat. You should see it in the YouTube chat. You click on the link, it will bring you in and put you backstage, and we can actually go ahead and bring you up, and you can ask a question. You can add anything to the topics that we've spoken about. So if you are interested in actually joining the conversation, just take a look at that link that is in the chat. If you see the actual Culture and Chaos podcast, the link is there. So just click the link, join the conversation. Click the link, join the conversation. Jess, this is the last thing I'm going to say on this. I understand that there is there's a need for real world experience, right? There's a need for practical applications of things in the workforce, right? You don't have to have a degree just to actually make a good living here in the United States. And just because you have a degree, it does not necessarily make you better in any way, shape, or form within any field. But you should have access to those things if you want it. And this administration is trying to not only limit but destroy access for millions of Americans to higher learning, to the educational system as a whole.
Yep. No lies were told there. I mean, we can see it. Why is the WWE lady and head of the Department of Education, why are you signing up for a job you know is not even going to be there? Why would you leave everything you're doing to sign up for a job that's allegedly don't even plan to be there much longer? That ain't even smart.
No. And I have my issues. I have my issues with all of Donald Trump's appointees, right? But I think that, and I'm someone that has always said that when elections have consequences, and when you win, you get to do certain things, and certain things that you do is you appoint the people that you want in your cabinet. You appoint certain people to positions of power. And so I think Linda McMahon is a horrible appointee for the Department of Education because she has no real educational background. She not only has no real educational background, her time at WWE was spent actually covering up multiple issues, whether it be work rights issues or even sexual issues when it came to minors or even women as well. So she is covered in allegations and scandals, but appointing someone to a position and the sole purpose of the person that you appoint to the position is to actually destroy that position. That doesn't make sense. That makes no sense, Jess.
I agree. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening? And you're like, yeah, give me that.
First graders or even pre-Ks have A1 teaching, every year starting, that far down in the grades. And that's just that's a wonderful thing. Kids are sponges.
That's your head of the Department of Education.
Yep. Well, Jess, I could talk about this all day, but I don't want to keep it going. I do want to actually, I do want to say though, I really hope, I hope that we have an opportunity to get past this, because if we don't, our country's going to be in so much danger, and we really risk losing our country.
That's why I say we cannot just stand by, y'all. Make phone calls. Those of you who are good at those phone calls, make those phone calls. Do that. Find what your strength is and how can you make it applicable to making a difference. Mine is talking to people. I'm going to hold these lives. We're going to have these conversations. We're going to talk about some of the hard things that got us to where we are today, which I think are very important. Because it needs to be attacked on all angles, right?
Yep.
We need to be coming from all angles. We don't all have to hit from the front.
Yep. Nope. And I think that's going to be important. That's going to be important. But Jess, we're gonna wrap it up here. But before we get out of here, there's something that we have to make sure that we do. we got to get to the comment of the week. I know we normally do it at the top of the show, and things got a little bit, go.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely want to make sure that we recognize the comment of the week. And I know for a fact that last week we had an amazing conversation about Uncle Nearest, of which you know how I feel about Uncle Nearest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You absolutely
we
know.
Like, put them black on business.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
I am here for the uncle. I actually, got me a bottle last night. But well, so it's not the premium. It's not the premium. It's just the 100 proof, which 100 proof is still the 100 proof.
100 proof. 100 proof.
Yeah, and so that conversation around Uncle Nearest, and also the actual, just the beauty of what we have in this black owned business. It prompted Taylor twice.
Come on, Taylor twice.
To lead the comment of the week, and I don't know if we have it. It looks like we might not have it loaded up at the moment, but Taylor twice made the comment, said the Jack Daniels to Uncle Nearest pipeline is all of our journey.
Mm-hmm.
And what that was referring to is me talking about how I used to drink Jack until I found Uncle Nearest. And when you know better, you do better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And ever since I've known better, I've done better.
That's why they trying to get rid of education. They don't want us to do better, because we would definitely do better than Trump. But congratulations. I can't wait.
And Lance, yes, they have 100 proof, but they have something better than that. They have a premium bottle that's 115 proof. And I've had that 115 proof. It's no joke.
He said he had one drink. I'm trying to see what that'd be like.
One drink, and I was.
So I could feel like less of a. No,
I was fighting for my life. Fighting for my life. But yeah, guys, make sure.
We won't go back. I'm hollering. Not as a campaign.
Yeah. Make sure that guys, not only are you commenting here in the live chat, but if you're watching this back, make sure you like the actual live, but leave a comment, because we will read the comment of the week off. And guys, if you're watching this live, none of your comments register on the actual comments from the stream. So make sure that if you want to be considered for the comment of the week, once we close this out and this is posted, go back over to the YouTube and just leave your comment there.
Yeah.
If you want to actually be considered for the comment of the week, because we will read that out, go back and actually just post it after we end the actual live. So that's all I got. Jess, what do you got for the people?
Y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know, toss coconuts in the chat, okay? Thank you guys for being here. It's been a doozy. It's been a doozy. I love y'all again. I appreciate y'all again. Oh, and shout out to y'all. We'll be getting a new mic soon. Thank you for everybody that contributed to. I appreciate all the love. Thank you for the Royal family. I seen y'all in the comments of that one video, like, oh, let me help you out, sis, because you're sounding crazy. And again, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Culture and Chaos podcast. Oh, my bad.
Yep. No, you're good.
I do it every time. Every time. Don't break.
So I'm not. No. I was just actually just. Yeah, I got it. We're good, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Culture and Chaos podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and join the conversation on all the social medias.
And until next time, you guys, please stay curious, stay informed, and don't let the chaos dim the culture. Bye-bye.
Peace.